Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. So, as you can see, I have a guest on the channel, and if you do not know Stephanie Nicole, this is Stephanie Nicole. We're gonna be filming my monthly favorites together. If you're curious about what our favorites and fails were for this month, then stay tuned. So this is going to be the first in a series of videos on my channel. I am planning on doing 4 more of these in 2018. This is the first where I'm going to be traveling all around the United States collaborating with people that I admire. And Stephanie was the one that I chose to come visit first. And she was kind enough to invite me into her home to film with her. So I'm super excited, and hopefully you're excited to see her on the channel. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the worst products that Stephanie and I tried this month. The absolute worst product that I tried this month was the CoverGirl Total Tease Mascara. This is, it's one of those that does nothing for me. It does absolutely nothing, and the wand
is
very scary. It's got these like weird pokey things that like will impale your eye if you're not careful.
Who thought of this?
I don't know. Like, what even is that? I think that the concept is you're supposed to get like your inner lashes and your outer lashes, and maybe you can do your lower lashes with it, but it just doesn't end up working.
Well, the thing that's so weird is since the bristles are so short right there, you think that this would touch your face. Like if you tried to get that close in, I haven't
had that problem, but I can see what you're saying, and I would imagine maybe somebody that isn't used to applying mascara would have that problem, and that's the last thing you want is you're done doing your makeup, you're putting on your mascara, and then all of a sudden you've got big black line across your face. That would be terrible. And the performance of the actual formula, it's very liquidy, and I don't get a good length or volume. I get very minimal of both. It's not the worst mascara I've ever tried as far as formula, but it doesn't give me enough of that goodness that I need in a mascara, so this is unfortunately a big no for me.
Okay, mine is, I feel bad, because I put these all the time, all of these palettes. This is the Charlotte Tilbury, this is the new one, the Instant Look in a palette, smoky eye palette. These are super overpriced, I think. I think this is good, and I hate to say this, I know people are going to be angry, but I feel like her line is more aimed towards like more mature shoppers that maybe want to spend $75, $80 on a palette like this. And I mean, so they give you an eye highlight color, a bronzer, a cheek color, like 2 blushes, and then this is what you're supposed to do your eye look with. So basically we're looking at a very light neutral look with black in the crease. Exactly.
Or black to smoke out the outside.
Exactly. So if you put black all over your lid and then that in your crease and that as a highlight, that would look terrible, I would imagine, because black's a hard color.
Well, I can see maybe using some of the cheek colors to kind of balance it out, or the face
bronzer
color.
Yeah, just for the cost. And I always find like one size never fits all. So when you put these things in, this highlight's way too yellow for me, and I just feel like for the price, it's not very good.
This one is one that I feel like would be good for the right person, but for me, it's a no because it's too high maintenance. This is the Everlasting Glimmer Veil by Kat Von D, and I got the shade, the only one that looked like something that I would wear. This is the shade Thunderstruck. It is the nudish kind of shade, and yeah, I'll put a big swatch on Stephanie. And it's peach, and the thing is it looks kind of nice when you first apply it, but after a few hours, it does start to fade away, especially if you're talking a lot and your lips are kind of mushing together. If you wanted to just kind of do like a lower lip accent, it's definitely going to transfer up to your upper lip. And as the lipstick that you're wearing, if you're wearing this over top as a topper, which is I think what it's meant for, eventually that starts to wear away and all you're left with is glitter. And oh, there's a helicopter.
Yeah. Well, I was filming on the day that the Blue Angels.
Oh gosh.
So it literally sounded like we were being bombed. I was scared. I was like, "What is that noise?" I had to look up. I was like, "Oh, it's the Blue Angel. It's Fleet Week."
Oh my gosh. So as it wears away, as your lip product wears away, all you're left with is glitter, and the glitter is very difficult to remove if you wanted to remove it. Like I feel like I have to scrape it with my fingernails in order to remove it. So you have to reapply it if you're still out. So definitely, if you do decide to buy one of these, make sure you bring it with you wherever you go so that you can reapply it so you don't have this random glitter speckle going on. It just looks really odd. So I think for the right person, for Instagram look, things like that, it may be okay, but for me, it's a big no.
I feel bad because this is the second Charlotte Tilbury item, and these were sent to me, just so you know, sorry. These are her liquid lipsticks. They're super, I like Dose of Colors, moussey, but like, do you see how thick that is?
It's very thick.
It's very thick and moussey, and I find when they dry, they get a lot darker than what they originally look like, which I mean isn't necessarily uncommon, but it shifts a lot. Like just watch when you see that.
Oh yeah.
It'll get a lot darker, and I don't know, I don't like them. They're really hard to get on without having that kind of like wave of product push up on your lip, you know what I mean, when you're putting them on. So then you're trying to like paint it down, and again, just for the cost, you know, I love my liquid lipsticks, but these just don't work for me either.
No. Next up is a product that I did do a full review on. I will link my review of this line down in the description below. This is the Sweetie Pie Bronzer by Too Faced. It does have an overspray on it that comes off very quickly, so just be aware if you do decide to buy this, that the pretty overspray that's in the picture is no longer there after a couple of uses. Yeah. It's gone. This is, I think, Stephanie tried it on her, and you know how fair she is, and it's not showing up at all on her.
No, and it's like pink.
Yeah.
Maybe if you use it as blush? I don't know.
You have to, in order to enjoy this, you have to really like a very light, very natural looking look, and you have to be very fair. It just doesn't show up, and that's kind of my big thing with it, and especially for the price point. I mean, I think you're paying for the packaging, you're paying for the cuteness. $30. Yeah, it's I know, right?
Too Faced has been fails for me, I think, on pretty much everything that I've tried.
Yeah. This line definitely had some hits. Yeah. For me, at least. I really liked some of the things, but this was one of those ones where I could kind of do without, and it is adorable. I love the packaging. I love that it's a click closure, so you don't have to worry about a magnetic closure opening up, getting hit and opening, but overall it's just kind of okay for me.
Too bad, because their packaging is always super cute. But I think after the Nikki Tutorials palette, I was pretty much done with them. I was like, no, it was a chocolate chip, the mini white chocolate chip. Yeah. I saw that was on your last video.
Yeah.
It just didn't have any color payout, really. And it was so tiny. I mean, I knew it was going to be tiny, but I feel like all the colors look the same.
Yeah, they did.
Like, all the shimmers look
exactly
the same. Yeah, I was like, okay. I don't know, just... Too bad, because their packaging, again, is cute. They need to put more money into product development instead of packaging.
Right, right, but the packaging is what sells.
I know.
And that's what
then you just want to keep it on your vanity.
I know.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, now I'm getting into my favorites. I've been obsessed with, you guys, or on my channel, if you watch, have been asking me how I'm doing my brows, and I'm cheating because I use these stencils. These are the ABH. I use the full arch one. Taylor actually did a video on these, so I will... On your video,
we'll put her video. Yes, I'll link Taylor from that.
I'm used to saying I'll link it below.
Yeah, I'll link it below for Taylor.
I just like line it up with the corner of your nose. You go up. I just will take a little powder and kind of just put a little mark, and then at the tail of the brow, and then I just kind of hold it on there. So you kind of have to like do a little split with your finger like this. Then I take the pencil and then fill it in like the outside, and then I'll just go in and feather them in. But I really like the full arch size. These are like eyebrows for dummies, which I need. So. I really enjoy these.
Nice. Yeah. All right, moving up into things that I really liked this month. So we have the Laura Lee Katz Pajamas palette, and I get it. I know people are gonna be.
Let me feel this thing.
Just let Stephanie touch it, because you guys know she's gonna.
They're soft.
Yeah. She's never touched it.
No. That one's a little.
So
bitty. That's common with that color though.
The black isn't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oops, I scratched. Sorry. Oops, I'm gonna. It's my nails! They betray me. Well, that's nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good palette. It's a good solid palette. I love the quality of the shadows. I do think that I can see why people aren't enjoying the way that the packaging looks. I think that's just a personal preference thing, the way that it looks. I hear about the obstructed mirror, all of that, that is only, so much mirror space. But when the reason why I like this is because I do really like the quality of the shadows. I think the quality of the shadows is on point. I do wish she had extended the shade range just a little bit within the palette, but I get where she was going with it so that it is versatile for a lot of people to use. It's not versatile. That's not what I'm trying to say.
Wearable.
It's wearable. Yeah. It's one of those where a lot of people of a lot of different skin tones can use it, which I really, really like a lot. And again, the quality is very good. The lasting power is very good. The blendability, the ease of use. The one scatterbrain reminds me a lot of the Colored Rain Queen of Hearts formula. That it's got a little bit of a chunk to it, and but it's very pretty. It's very pretty on the eyes, and I am really enjoying this palette, like legit enjoying it. So that's why it's so high up on the countdown this month.
This is something that I would buy just for this color. I do love, you guys, if you watch my channel, I love ABH Starburst. That is like my all-time favorite highlight shade, and I think this might have beat it now. These don't have glitter in them.
What's the name of it?
This is, the Hourglass Ambient. This is their strobe palette that came out for the holidays. I do believe this is limited edition. Once it comes out individually, I would totally buy this shade. I'm not necessarily a huge fan because all three of these colors, I don't think anybody would be able to use all of these. Like, who's going to want a shimmery bronzer? And if you wear, like, a light pink, like I'm wearing a light pink
I can see maybe people could double it as eyeshadow.
Yeah, you could, but this is, like, never ending. For eyeshadow, that's gigantic.
That's gonna, you pass it on to your grandkids.
Yeah, and for the cost, the first strobe lights they had were really glittery. Did you try any of those?
No, I didn't.
Their first ones I went into store to swatch, and they were like chunks of glitter in there, and I was like, no,
yeah,
I don't like
good.
those. And I do love their ambient lighting powders, and I really like their blushes. But yeah, I would totally buy this.
And my favorite product of the month was one that caught me completely by surprise. This is the Purlisse BB Cream. And I didn't even know Purlisse had makeup. This was given to me at Generation Beauty by Purlisse, and it was kind of one of those random things where I said, you know, hey, I wonder, you know, I wish that you guys would do makeup. And she was like, okay, here you go. This is the shade Light, and I really like a light to medium coverage on my face, and that's exactly what this gives, and the finish is beautiful. It's a nice, soft, satiny kind of finish, and it lasts really, really well, and I just love the light coverage of it so that it doesn't look fake or cakey or anything. It's just a beautiful finish, and I really enjoy it a lot, and, you know, I'm excited to see what else Purlisse comes up with for makeup, because
What do they normally have?
It's skincare.
Oh, okay.
They do mostly skincare, and I've some of their skincare has been good, and some of it's just kind of like okay. They have a lot of face masks. I know their face mask that's like a Blue Lotus face mask is really, really popular, but you know, it's just kind of been okay for me as far as the skincare. But this
Are they Ulta? Ulta brand?
I don't know, honestly. I'm
trying to wonder. I don't think I've seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Honestly, the only places I've ever tried their stuff is from like BoxyCharm. They put some stuff in BoxyCharm and subscription boxes and things. I've tried stuff from them, and then from going different events that I've seen them there, and they've given away stuff. So I've never purchased anything from Purlisse.
I know, she had to tell me. I thought they were Pure. I thought Pure and them were the same.
No, it's a different brand. But yeah, really looking forward to seeing more from this brand, definitely.
And then my favorite of the month, this is the limited edition, the new Viseart Grand Pro Volume 1 palette. It's been getting a lot of love, so it has my grimy fingerprints all over it. I do have a whole video on this with the creators that explain it, but I just
now I have
love...
to put my fingers in it.
Yeah. Now that I gouge it, just feel free to stick your finger and gouge it right in there. So this row right here, these are their kind of like enhancers. These are pigmented. These work best with a brush on the eye, because they don't put silicones in their product.
Okay.
So they don't have that slip to them that some like really heavy with dimethicone or something may
have. That's like
have.
a Laura Lee palette.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah. So, but that can also make it like kind of melt off your skin with some people, depending on your skin type.
Yeah, like if people have oily lids, I bet you that's a problem.
So that it'll almost like slide right off. That's what gives it like the spreadability. But Viseart does not put that in there. So they do sometimes feel a little dry. So if you have like extremely like crepey and dry eyelids, you might not like their formulas, but they do make my all-time favorite mattes. And this middle row right here is a little gritty feeling, these shades down here, and that's just because they're almost like a pure pigment. So you can mix these in with other ones, and they do go on the eye beautifully, but when you swatch them with your finger, you'll feel a little bit of that grit because there's so much pigment in them. But at first, when I was originally looking at the stock one, I was thinking, that seems like a lot of light colors, like right here. And it is. But the way that they designed it is each row has the same undertone in there. So like if you want to do like a plummy look, you would have like your brow bone highlight. Yeah, you would have your crease or like transition and then all the way down. And if you want, again, you can mix in between the shades to like kick it up.
Yeah.
I watched Tara Baby's review on this, and she made like a bright, almost like a bright red, mixing the orange and the fuchsia together.
Cool.
Just going back and forth, but again, same, it's undertones. And I think this would probably be best for either collectors or professional makeup artists, because a lot of people are probably not going to need all these, but I don't think we really need any makeup, but I just want it all.
Yeah, of course. That's why we're here.
I love this palette. I've been reaching for this. I have a mixture of this on my eyes today, as well as the Queen of Hearts palette, and I love these shadows. They feel...
Nice.
I mean, they are kind of like, they don't have that really heavy feeling that you get with them, but they just blend on the eye beautifully.
How's the lasting power on it?
Amazing.
Yeah.
These never fade on me. They never like transfer up into my crease just because they're mattes. Yeah, and I just love them. It's really easy just to do, like I've been doing these two rows the most. You can see I've been digging into them. The top two, because I can just dip in. I have an all over lid color, a crease, like in my... darken up the outside. I love
and one thing I like about that is you can use that as a supplemental palette with other palettes. So when you get a palette that may not, like something like this, that may not have all the colors that you want, you can go, and then just grab that for whatever the one shade is that you're looking for and pair it with other palettes. So that's
I had it on in my Fenty review, because like the Galaxy palette or any of those really shimmers, I mean, you need some matte colors.
A base for it. Yeah, definitely.
And I feel like pretty much in this, it's not like them to come out with like really bright shades. Like they have the editorial brights, but this one has those like that whole row that's like super bright and pigmented. So like this one, if you do a full swatch of it with a really heavy brush, it'll almost look like really, really dark red.
Oh, okay.
But when you go on with your brush,
it looks pink.
Yeah. But when I do it with the full, like a sable brush, it looks like red.
Okay.
I'll have to show you. Hold on.
Gotcha.
I'll cut this part. See how that looked right there? And that's, I did not tweak that photo at all.
Wow.
But with a heavy brush, see how it looks so much darker than this?
Yeah. It does. It looks more red.
But that's why they launched this palette with Muse only, because that's their pro distributor.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that one's a huge win then.
Yes, I love it. Well, I'm yet to meet, besides, like, I'm not a huge fan of their shimmers. Besides, and, like, their new palettes, like, this one really kicked it up. Let me grab this. This is their golden hour.
Oh, okay.
Which they did, like, a whole little live on, but, like, feel those shimmers. Those shimmers are nice.
Yeah. See, I like the wet formula.
Yeah.
I like the
I like
soft,
that for shimmers.
Yeah.
But, like, now you see those ones compared to... It's pretty. I have a cat hair tickling my nose all day. It's driving me crazy. Versus... I might not use as much. Versus these original shimmers that they did. You can feel, like, a difference in the texture.
These are softer, and these are wetter.
Mm-hmm. And they're not as intense. These are meant more for, again, professional makeup artists that like that, like, light wash of color, going for more natural, where I like drag queen shimmer. So it's like, I want to...
See, I like the drag queen shimmer too. I like the poppy, bold, bright.
Yeah, and so these new palettes that they've come out with have had, like, more metallic shimmers that I like. So this is limited edition, and again, I think if you're a pro makeup artist, if you're working on multiple skin tones, or you know, like, you're cool with the rose like that, because this is an investment, it's $175. Baby, go boom. But if you look at it, you're actually getting a deal, because compared to their $80 12-pan palettes, you get like a few shades for free.
Nice.
It basically works out.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, so this is available on Muse Beauty only right now.
So that is it for the favorites and fails countdown this month. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have not seen Stephanie's channel, I will be linking it down below. Make sure you go head over and subscribe. If you love my channel, I know you will love her channel. She is one of the inspirations for the format of my channel. So
I can use some of her energy, though. I can use some of your energy, so I don't look like a wet dish rag on camera.
I'll try to leave some here for you before I go back to Baltimore. Thanks again so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, definitely make sure you hit that subscribe button. I put out 9 videos per week, 5 makeup minutes, which is makeup news, and then our full-length weekly makeup news show on Sundays, and then 3 review, tip, trick kind of videos also as well every week. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you subscribe, and mad love to you, and we will see you. I will see you in a video soon on my channel, and Stephanie will see you on her channel. So, all right, bye.